I work with Kufunda Village and Kufunda Learning Village, and our mission is to help host conversations that matter. So we're a learning village, which means that we're just looking at different ways of doing things differently, doing things that are generative, that bring together the whole person. So we operate on, what we're calling this process here is, it's a different way of facilitating. It's to invite people, the assumption is that people engage more when they talk about what really matters to them, and that we believe that, we have the wealth and wisdom we need if we allow ourselves time and we allow ourselves to ask the right questions. It's a really participatory method of engagement which listens to all voices. The art of hosting also starts with self, moves on to connections, and then gathers momentum as you bring more and more people together. Perhaps the timing is right now in Zimbabwe. Sometimes opportunity is born out of chaos and collapse for doing things differently. We're doing this particular workshop with women because we were invited by RAO, Research and Advocacy. There's a lot of untapped energy here, untapped resource, and that the future is... We have a feminine future, and that perhaps the time is shifting now into the time of... And so it's not so much competing for leadership as hosting ourselves into a different kind of leadership, a more feminine leadership that isn't about so much, competition and who's on the top, but how do we actually bring together... how do we increase the power by sharing the power, by actually bringing more people on board into the power. So these things are quite difficult to articulate, and it's why this is a slow process, but we're really excited about what we're doing here and about the energy that's in the room, and it looks to me like it's landing, that it's resonating.
We've been learning a lot, and at first we learned about ourselves, how we can grow as a person, as an individual, because you can never accomplish anything if you don't grow as an individual, and from then you start networking with others. So it's first individual empowerment, and then from there you move on. Women can do more, and if we're given the platform, we can.
As a young woman who's growing up, who still have energy, I can do a lot to make sure that there is change in my community, in my country, and maybe going to the globe.
The topical issue now is that there is less representation of women, be it in local government, in parliament, and also there's a section in the constitution which talks about proportional representation for women, and it's now ending in 2023. But as it stands, women are silent on the issue, and they want to wait until 2022 to raise that motion. So they were training us, and they see that there is urgency in young women. So they were training us to address issues that are of concern to women, and also maybe if we can change the Electoral Act for 50-50 representation so that we see more young women in power.
Through this program, I've learned that I need to be self-confident, and I need to support other women and be able to make my voice be heard, and be able to stand up in each and every place, and be able to say out what I think, and be able to self-introspect.
I've also learned on the purposes of how am I going to go back and engage to my community and other young women, so we can build our community together.
So my wish is kuti kana tadzokera ku community tonobetseranawo nevamwe vatechigara navo to find ourselves, tokwanisa kuti even patopinda muma community tokwanisa, it will be easy for us kuti tigadzirise ma problems atichiona anenge aripo. So that's it.